Welcome to Perspectives in Mobile, the news podcast from the Mobile Ecosystem Forum. Join us discussing the world of telecommunications, technology, and mobile innovations. From Florence, Riccardo Amati.
Artificial intelligence is changing the game across telecommunications with operators in need of services powered by AI. Welcome to this new special episode of MEF Podcast Perspectives from WMC in Barcelona. Our topic today, the new artificial intelligence for telco, mobile, and everything actually. We'll talk about that with Adam Spearing, ServiceNow's Europe, Middle East, and Africa Head of AI Innovation. Thanks for joining us, Adam.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Adam is dedicated to empowering customers to unlock the full potential of ServiceNow's AI capability for business transformation. He has over 3 decades of experience, even doesn't look like it a bit, in enterprise software. What is ServiceNow? ServiceNow is an AI platform for business transformation, introducing AI agents. Am I correct?
Yes, and so much more than that as well.
Right. Adam, what automation and intelligence capabilities do you offer to customers?
So let's start at the beginning, if I may. So ServiceNow is fundamentally, and always has been, even before all of this AI that's exploded onto the market, we've always been a workflow technology. What we do and what we've done for 20 plus years is automate workflows. We've been working on AI, like a lot of companies, for a long time. And so now our AI-enabled workflows, we built AI into the workflows, allows us to automate and orchestrate any business process. We're very famous in the domains of IT and HR and risk management, especially in financial services. But honestly, any point where humans and technology, or technology and technology touch, and there's a workflow to be orchestrated, ServiceNow can be the technology to manage and orchestrate all of those workflows.
You commissioned a research, very interesting, about public organizations and the state of AI-powered transformation in government. That's the title of the research. And that shows that 67% of public sector organizations feel they have made progress in aligning digital strategy government objectives. What strategies should they use? 67, I didn't miss them much.
No, and I think it's a very difficult benchmark to call, actually, because we're all recipients of public services, and I think it is and we're also contributors to paying for those public services, most of us as well. And so I think a lot of these organizations really need to fundamentally rethink how quickly and how fast they can actually enable these AI-led workflows to make it a lot simpler and easier and more efficient for us citizens to consume the services they want to provide.
But are there challenges really, there will always be there, organizational silos and complex regulations, budget constraints. How, given AI can take all those awful things.
Yeah, no, and you're right. But any organization, whether you're a public sector, whether you're a commercial organization, you do have process, you do have due diligence, you do have sometimes human resistance to change, dare I say. And I think this is where you've really got to embrace what you're doing. This is where the successful organizations, independent of whether you're public or private or whatever you're doing, is having that clear vision, having that clear strategy, knowing where you're starting on the journey, knowing what the destination is, and then finding your way on that path. And it's about small gains sometimes. So within a lot of these companies, where budgets are constrained in public sector, we've got to look at where we can actually add value straight away. How can we improve one process, and how can we free up that money to improve the next?
Give me an example.
Within public sector?
If you want, or any sector.
Right, any sector. Any organization, right? Where ServiceNow started was very much horizontal. So how we help organizations manage their help desks, their IT help desk, the HR help desk, how they generate knowledge, how they manage the interface and the incidents that come into a help desk. And it doesn't have to be IT and HR, it could be any help desk in an organization. we can use the AI technology to help learning. So let's imagine you've got 1,000 people in that help desk and you've got a new starter. How quickly can they learn to be as skilled, as experienced as the best person in there? The AI technology can accelerate that process. It can democratize knowledge across the most experienced and the most junior from day one. So then you suddenly got big efficiency gains because instead of having people who are just learning and they're ramping and it's going to take them 9 months, suddenly they're very powerful and very productive straight away. That should then help us free up resource. And if I'm not spending 7 hours, or in the case of one large British telecommunication company, 4 hours to manage one incident that we managed to get down to 60 seconds, that's their data, not mine, and it's public. We got that down to 60 seconds. What did they do with the other 4 hours and 17 minutes? They used it to help improve the service, to be more proactive, to drive the change they need to. So there we freed up capability, we freed up intellectual CPU to solve other problems and help them improve their business. So you take down one little piece of the problem at a time. It's how do you swallow the elephant, one bite at a time? And that's the journey that these organizations can go on. But you do need to be clear on where it is you're aiming to get to.
You're describing the company a bit like a air controller for AI. I mean, that means that you can reach any kind of issues that your customer can ask you for help.
Yeah, I mean, anything you do, anything you deliver, any service, any knowledge you share, any information you've got, many of our organizations have these in hundreds of different formats and structures and systems and processes, and it's horrible for these poor people to try and help the customer or the consumer to get that information. And this is the beauty with ServiceNow. This is where we are very unique in that we have one environment called ServiceNow. We're not like a lot of the technology companies that have lots of different places. We have one place, and we can use that to connect everywhere in the entire enterprise. We can bring up all that information in a consistent way to allow the decisions that AI can help make, to share the knowledge that's buried in these organizations. We can unlock a lot of the data that you've got. Not just that, as that knowledge becomes out of date and needs updating, the AI technology can help you with that and say, hey, every time that somebody asks for this, we have to make an adjustment. Do you want me to go and change it in the fundamentals systems of where we store that knowledge? And it helps improve, and gradually you build up faster and faster.
You are describing not just a technological advancement, but a cultural. That's am I correct? It's something.
Absolutely. No, you're spot on. This is not. I mean, we've had technology for years. Yes, this is a big leap in technology, but wouldn't it be lovely if you wanted service from a public sector body and you knew that you weren't going to spend 3/4 of an hour on the telephone trying to get through all the deflection technologies before you could get to somebody? If you knew that when you asked for the requirement, the answer, it personalized it for you as the citizen, not you as the white middle-aged male who lives in the south of England, but me as Adam Spearing, as I am, to say, Adam, I know who you are. I know what services you have from us. I know your tax record. I know the vehicles you have. I know all of the information about you. And I'm going to give you your answer to you so you can get on with your life rather than me spending 3/4 of an hour and getting frustrated. That is a cultural change. That is freeing me up as a person and a human being, on both sides of the equation, the provider and the consumer of that knowledge that they want to share. And that's where there's so much potential in all of these organizations for change.
How do you see these development with AI for the next 5 years? Let's close your eye. I mean, close your eyes now. Open them in 5 years.
So I think we are obviously, as a species, we have things to think about more broadly. We do need to make sure broadly AI is used for good. And there's a lot of legislative bodies that are thinking about it, government organizations. If I play that into the domain of where we operate as ServiceNow, supporting customers and supporting government organizations and departments, I can see an endpoint, or not an endpoint, I can see a point on the journey where we have frictionless, seamless, personalized service at scale, where people can receive what they need from the organizations. And as a taxpayer, it's nothing more frustrating than to think, I pay all that tax and I get this bad service. Now, if I'm paying all that tax and I get a great service, it feels a lot easier. So I think there is a point on the journey where my interface with public sector bodies, my interface with the services I choose, is going to improve. And I think you'll find that the satisfaction when you do that is going to increase for people, and the respect back to those organizations, because we all perceive our government organizations to be slightly bureaucratic at times. And wouldn't it be great if we thought, wow, they're agile, they're nimble, they look after, they know me, they're looking after me as a person. And I think that's a potential that's on the horizon here. So this is way bigger than just the technology, the AI is very unique. It's different.
That's your discourse. Very last question. What does it? How you became the CEO of this company? What brings you here? What's your story with technology and the development of this kind of services? Let's call it with a name.
Oh, well, I wish I was the CEO. Alas, I'm not.
Sorry.
That's okay. But as the head of AI for Europe, what brought me here was I love technology. I've spent my life in this. I've spent my education in this. But what I love doing is making it understandable. AI is not something to be feared. It's not something that everybody's to be terrified. It's actually quite simple when you boil it down. It's how do we make things work better for us? How do we make things work easier? So what I'm fired up about and why I joined ServiceNow, because the technology genuinely, hand on heart, and I know most of the technology in the market is unique. What we can do is unique. And I want to be I'm here to be that ambassador for it, for all of our customers, to help them understand, open their eyes, lift their heads and see, wow, there is a different way to do this, and there's a better way to do it that will provide so much more value for everybody.
Thank you, Adam. Adam Spiri, Europe, Middle East and Africa head of AI innovation with ServiceNow. I just promoted him CEO, which probably, wish you luck.
We won't tell Phil, okay?
Thank you, Adam. That's all for this episode of MEF Podcast Perspectives from the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, where MEF brings together the brightest minds in the mobile industry. Stay tuned. From Riccardo Amati, goodbye and good luck with your work.
Thanks for listening to Perspectives in Mobile. Join us next as we explore telecoms, technology, and mobile innovations. Stay tuned, stay connected, and let's unlock the mobile potential together.